from the studios of WOMMLP in Burlington, this is The Anything Show with John Francois. I'm not sure what you're in for.
All right, well, you're in for a show that is lying to you at the upfront because we're not actually in Burlington, or I'm not actually in Burlington at least.
Neither am I.
I know, right? We're all over the place. So I'm actually at the Magic 97.7 studio in Lyndonville, Vermont. This is John, and my co-host Main Squeeze Mary at her apartment in Newport, Vermont. We are pre-recording this show ahead of time, Thursday, June 18th, instead of doing it usually live on our Saturday night, because Mary decided that she wanted to have a life with her dad this Father's Day. Ugh.
Well, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Luckily, I am human, Mary, and I will let you enjoy Father's Day. So if you're hearing this after Father's Day, I'm sorry. We already gave you a heads up that it's Thursday, June 18th. So blah, blah, blah. Take that again. Mary, how you doing?
I am doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing wonderful. You know what? I'm looking forward to the Anything Show for tonight, or whenever the hell you're hearing this. We're going to have music and conversation from singer and songwriter Stephen Wesley. We'll be talking about how he discovered music while in prison, Mary, and his collaboration. Wow. I know, right? Yeah, you think that, when you're in prison, you're just like reading books and sleeping and beating up people, but no, he actually was just discovering music, and then he got out and he became a musician. So, yeah, I know, right?
Interesting.
Very interesting, yeah. So we'll talk with Stephen in a little over a half hour. We'll talk about his collaborations with big names like Slash of Guns N' Roses and T-Pain. We'll also get into some celebrity gossip. Oh my God, we have to get viral with our viral videos of the week. Mary, I think you would like COVID-19 and racism explained by your grandpa, okay? I mean...
All right, let's when you get there, I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, and of course, we're going to start off with our headlines. Our social media, follow us, facebook.com/anythingshow, because that's where you will find most of this. Mary, shall we start off with some headlines?
We shall.
Let's do it! Oh my God. Well, Mary, breaking news in the world of breakfast foods. Maybe you saw this on your social media, and I posted this, an article about this on facebook.com/theanythingshow. Aunt Jemima.
I think I have.
Yeah, right. Aunt Jemima. She's going bye-bye,
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, so Mary, have you ever grew up, or, do you currently eat Aunt Jemima for breakfast?
I grew up with Aunt Jemima.
Yeah.
But we lived in Massachusetts. We didn't have real Vermont or New Hampshire maple syrup. And, we only lived there until I was 7, but that's what everyone was used to. My mom, dad, that's what they grew up on, Aunt Jemima.
And since you Vermonters, Mary, you've been in Vermont longer than I have. You guys are all uppity about your authentic real maple syrup. Did it make you feel bad transitioning to real Vermont maple syrup from the so-called fake Aunt Jemima syrup?
I still use Aunt Jemima every now and then.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Get ready to not use it ever again, because Quaker Foods, they are dropping the Aunt Jemima brand name and image because 131 years after the character was created, we finally realized that it's based on a racist stereotype. Have you ever seen the old Aunt Jemima commercials, Mary? Really, way back in the day? Like we're talking 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s?
How would I have seen that? I wasn't born.
Hey, no excuses. YouTube is what you need to look up, Mary. But really, it's so offensive. It's hilarious. Literally the Aunt Jemima.
Really?
Yeah. Literally the Aunt Jemima character that used to be back in the day. It's like a stereotype of the sort of black maid, the happy-go-lucky black maid in a white household, oh, Lawsy, hello, massa, you want some pancakes? You want some syrup? Yeah. That's literally what Aunt Jemima used to be back in the day. And then as the years went by, they got some flack. The people who created that character got some flack because black people didn't want to be represented that way. So Yeah, so Aunt Jemima, if you see on the cover, like on the syrup and the pancake boxes and stuff like that, she went from being like this very slavery-ish black maid to just sort of this generic, like stay-at-home, older womanish figure.
Yeah, and that's how I always knew it. I didn't know that it was something that she was represented in a different way before that.
Yeah. It's now you know.
Now I know.
Well, and it's fine because you and me, Mary, we were born in the 90s. Aunt Jemima, she was born in 1889, so that was obviously during slavery and Jim Crow and all that stuff. Where black people weren't exactly treated as people. So yeah. So now, since obviously we've had a lot of racial tension in this country via the police brutality, the George Floyd murder. And so on and so forth. Quaker Foods, who owns Aunt Jemima, they decided that, nope, we're going to give it up. And we are going to go with some other character. They don't know, like, which character, Mary, they're going to go with, but...
They should do, like, Donald Duck or something.
Oh, really? Donald Duck selling you syrup and pancake foods and such? Wow.
Or it could be like a maple tree with a face on it.
Oh my God, that is
right?
that might be very dull compared to a human, but you know what? I'm open to it.
They could make it really animated and look cool.
Yeah, I think
a lot of technology nowadays, John.
Yeah. I think I like Donald Duck better, I can't do a Donald Duck impression, but just, imagine like quack, quack, like waffles and pancakes, quack, quack.
That would be great.
Yeah. But Quaker Foods would probably get sued for $1 billion by Disney, which owns the rights to Donald Duck. So maybe that wouldn't be great. But you know what? Aunt Jemima is gone. And now Uncle Ben's rice and Mrs. Butterworth's syrup might be gone too, because they're getting flack for showcasing stereotypes of black people as, again, like these very happy-go-lucky servants that are willing to cook their white people anything and serve them anything they want. So who knows? That is possibly on the horizon.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Positive change is being made.
Absolutely. Okay, in other news, Mary, if you go to facebook.com/The Anything Show, you can see the newest flavor of Doritos coming to the U.S. They're pickle flavored. They're tangy pickle Doritos. I'm giving it a big vomit emoji. What about you, Mary? What do you give it?
That is repulsive.
Yeah. I mean, do you even like...
I feel like it would be good for pregnant women, but not just a regular citizen.
Okay. Now, what about pregnant women and pickles goes together in your mind?
Pregnant women just typically like pickles.
They do?
And pickles are really great for cramps when you're on your period.
Wow. Wait, so you can just take a big pickle from a jar, rub it on where the area where the cramp is, and then you're good?
No.
Oh.
John, come on.
I don't know. I'm not a pregnant woman. I can't tell these things.
You eat them.
Oh, you just
I've tried it. I've never been pregnant, so I haven't tried it when I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
But I've tried it, like, if I'm getting cramps or something, and, like, it makes the nausea and the stomach pain go away.
Wow. All right. Well, me and Mary will not eat pickle-flavored Doritos, but if we have cramps, and God forbid if I ever become pregnant, then I will make sure to have my pickle-flavored Doritos with my actual real pickle on standby just in case.
Yeah, I'll bring them to you in the delivery room.
Yes! Oh, my God. And I have no idea how I'm going to push that baby out of my pee hole or my butthole, but you know what, Mary, I'm confident that you can help me.
I think you might vomit it up.
Oh, God. All right, Mary. You just took it too far there. You took it too far. But, hey, do you like hot dogs? We don't like pickle chips, but maybe you like hot dogs?
I do like hot dogs.
Yay! Well, sporting events are coming back, slowly, but without spectators. And we're happy to say that the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest is going to go down over 4th of July weekend on ESPN. Have you ever watched the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest?
I have not. I've watched eating contests, like, just at fairgrounds or parades or whatever.
Yeah.
But like not an actual like a professional eating contest.
This is insane. I mean, it's basically a bunch of people dipping hot dogs in water and swallowing them as aggressively and as quickly as they can to become the ultimate hot dog eating champion. And it's always this guy named Joey Chestnut that wins every single year. But I mean, the audience, the crowd at the hot dog eating contest is what makes the show happen. So just imagine a bunch of people aggressively eating hot dogs in silence. Like, wouldn't that be a little bit?
True, that would be really. That was kind of dark.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like someone will get thrown off and then they'll choke on their hot dog and then they'll die. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy.
But I have a question. What do people get out of becoming a hot dog eating champion?
They probably get, good question. They probably get money and maybe embarrassment with their family. Because really, like.
They probably get a lot of, like, high cholesterol and a lot of gas.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
They're probably in a lot of pain after that. I would have to imagine.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. That's a great endorsement for Nathan's hot dog eating contest. You will get heartburn, stomach burn, all you can.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Well, you know what? Those are some of our headlines. And if you have a headline that you want to share with us, facebook.com/theanythingshow. That is facebook.com/theanythingshow. Okay, Mary, shall we get viral for the week?
Let's get viral.
God, I hope this theme song plays. Yeah, it does. Okay. Yes, it's Let's Get Viral, our review of the viral videos of the week, videos that you can actually send to us on facebook.com/theanythingshow. First up, Mary, I got to talk about this really talented drummer. Now, when you listen to this drum performance, you will not believe that it's coming from a 4-year-old. It's insane. Listen to this. This is an actual drum solo from a 4-year-old. Yeah, that's a 4-year-old drumming, Mary. Thoughts on that?
When I was 4 years old, I was like banging my hands on pots and pans.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that is outrageous.
Yeah. Like, and that's exactly what I was thinking as well. I was like, okay, this 4-year-old kid is drumming his heart out as if he's in a professional band, and yet you and I, Mary, we were just busy, picking our nose, banging our heads against walls,
literally,
crying and peeing in our pants. Like, it's just like, why do we have to achieve in life at 4 years old? The pressure is on.
He's gonna be a child superstar, and he's gonna end up being on drugs.
Wow. All right. Well,
because of all the pressure.
Oh my God.
Sorry, kid.
Wow. Imagine telling that to this kid that's 4 years old. He's bright-eyed and optimistic about the world. Oh, by the way, kid, you may be talented at drums, but in about 15 or 20 years, you're going to have a drug overdose and you're going to die.
Yeah.
My God, Mary. Have you no heart? Ay. All right.
Truth hurts, John.
The truth hurts, indeed. I guess it does. Well, next clip in our Let's Get Viral segment here. Oh, my God. You got to listen to this, Mary. This is coming from a comedian named Rodney Norman. So, obviously, there's a lot going on in the world between COVID-19 and racism. And wouldn't it be great if you had a mumbly, spacey, adorable, just weird grandpa trying to explain everything that's going on in the world?
I mean, I would prefer if he wasn't mumbly, but...
Well, I'm sorry. That's what you're going to get right now. Take a listen.
So, so the most important thing you gotta remember is, okay, so some people were, they were doing some stuff, and then other people were like, hey, don't do that stuff, and then other people were like, hey, yeah, they should do, that stuff. It's good that they're doing that stuff, and then the other people were like, I don't think they should be doing that stuff, and then they're doing, so things are like, what I'm trying to say is that, in conclusion, I have no idea.
I have no idea either. Yeah, so that is a mumbly, spacey, adorable old man trying to explain COVID-19 and racism. Now, what did you learn from that, Mary?
I learned that he has no idea what he's saying, and that he tried to end the conversation like 3 different ways. Yeah. He might have been a little drunk. I don't know. Did you sense that he maybe had a few drinks before he tried to explain? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, that is a wonderful clip that you can find on our social media, facebook.com/TheAnythingShow. Also on facebook.com/TheAnythingShow. Mary, I know that on the last show, we struggled with you guessing a sound effect, and I really want to do it again because I just love to hear you struggle. It's one of my deepest pleasures in life, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah. I know your guilty pleasures, John.
Oh God. I mean, if we got into that, then we might have to be taken off the air. So let's not get into that. All right. So I want you to guess what this sound might be. And Mary, be careful because this might hurt your ears a little bit.
Okay.
So I'll give you one guess, Mary, as to what that sound might be. And
that is very dramatic screaming.
It is. Now, who might be screaming?
Either a very obnoxious child or a very obnoxious bird.
Wow. A very obnoxious child or a very obnoxious bird. Well, you're going to have to choose between one of those.
All right, I'm going to guess a bird.
Yes, it is a bird. It's a sulfur-crested cockatoo screaming for its mother to feed it.
Oh, I tell you, I would not be able to live with one of those screaming birds.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well,
I know someone with 2 cockatoos, and they are obnoxiously loud.
Why would anybody own a cockatoo? Like, what's the pleasure in that?
Why would anyone own 2 of them?
2 of them. So the 2 cockatoos that your friend owned, Mary, like you're saying that they scream exactly like that?
Not exactly, but similar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's I mean, I don't know. I mean, what's more unbearable, a cockatoo screaming for its mother or a child screaming for its mother? It's kind of a battle here.
Well, I don't know, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, both sound equally awful.
Yeah, I bet. Well, that is a sulfur-crested cockatoo screaming for its mother to feed it. You can find that video on facebook.com/TheAnythingShow. And that does it for Let's Get Viral. Yes. Of course, if you have any viral videos you want to share with us, facebook.com/TheAnythingShow. Man, my headphones are hurting my ears like crazy, Mary. I don't like them.
Is it because of the screaming?
Yeah. I think when I heard that cockatoo screaming, I was just like, "Mommy, help me!
he's an adult.
Somehow the cockatoo is just making the headphones in my ears just press against my ears, and then, I get red stuff on my ears. So what are you going to do?
Red stuff on your ears, okay.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I know. That could mean so many things. But we're not going to get into what that means, Mary. Hey, coming up in about, I'm going to say, 13 minutes on the Anything Show, we're going to have a great conversation and music from Stephen Wesley, singer-songwriter. We'll talk about his wonderful collaborations. We'll talk about his transition from country to pop. So stay tuned for my conversation and also some great music from Stephen Wesley right here on the Anything Show. Mary, celebrities, we shouldn't give a crap about them, but we still like to gossip about them. So would you like to get into some celebrity gossip?
I mean, I don't really like to gossip about them or like them, period.
Wow,
but
that's
for
a great...
the purpose of this show, I suppose.
A great lead-in for celebrity gossip. My God, Mary, I can always count on you to uplift me.
Yes.
Oh, my Lord. All right, well, let's do it. Celebrity gossip. Spongebob Squarepants is a celebrity in my eyes. You know him, Mary. I know him, the famous cartoon character on Nickelodeon. And apparently, according to a post that Nickelodeon put up on their Twitter page...
Don't even say it.
Oh, what? What?
It is ridiculous.
Oh, come on. Are you really offended by the fact that SpongeBob may be gay?
I'm offended about the fact that they have to sexualize a sponge that lives in the ocean.
Yeah. Well, let me explain. So Nickelodeon included SpongeBob SquarePants on a post celebrating Pride Month. So a lot of people thought, oh, okay, well, Nickelodeon is putting up SpongeBob as a Pride Month support representation. That means he's gay. And, I mean, it could be possible that he's just an LGBT ally, but... I'm with you, Mary. I mean, the way I see it, first of all, I mean, I'm all for LGBT rights. I think that's fine. But last I checked, SpongeBob is a kid's cartoon character. I mean, you've watched episodes of SpongeBob. Have there ever been episodes where his sexual preference or relationships have been discussed?
Not that I can recall, and I've watched a lot of SpongeBob. It's just. I don't... Who cares who he likes? He's a sponge. Okay, if someone were to ask me how I would describe SpongeBob SquarePants,
yeah,
I would say, oh, he's a yellow sponge who works as a Krusty Krab flipping Krabby Patties, and he is happy-go-lucky, and he is fun and loves everybody, and rarely ever gets mad at anyone, and he likes the jellyfish.
Yeah.
Nowhere in that description would I say, oh, well, they don't really make it clear whether he's straight, gay, bi, transgender, if he's asexual. That's not really clear, and that really offends me. I want a definitive answer. And if you say that he's straight, that is prejudice against gay people, so make sure that you say he's gay.
Yeah.
No. He's a sponge. Okay, first of all, sponges in real life are asexual. They can reproduce on their own.
Right.
So, I mean...
Well, actually, it's funny you say that, because I believe I saw a story where either the creator of SpongeBob or some people like that worked within SpongeBob SquarePants pretty much said that he was asexual.
I've never really seen him be romantic.
Yeah.
Towards anyone.
Yeah. He's just a goofy, kid-friendly sponge. That's I see SpongeBob as a representation of what it's like to be a kid. You're just you have this very goofy, worry-free optimism, love, relationships. That's the last thing on your mind until you get older. I don't even know if SpongeBob is considered an adult. I have no idea, but
yeah, not really sure.
but it's just, I think the point that we have to get back to, and I feel a similar way with people saying that, oh, Ernie and Bert are gay on Sesame Street. It's a kids program, and it's designed to touch on subjects that are appropriate for kids. You're not going to find a lot of kids shows that are like, hey, let's talk about what kind of romance we like. Let's talk about if we prefer men or women. It's just not within the realm of kids programming.
No, and it shouldn't be. Kids shows should be just that. They should be kids shows.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to kids about that and, like, I don't, like, make it into an adult show or, like, Teen Nick or whatever for teenagers or, you know, preteens or whatever. A 5-year-old doesn't really need to care if SpongeBob likes Sandy or Mr. Krabs.
Mm-hmm. I know. It's crazy. So, but Nickelodeon hasn't confirmed anything, so it's up in the air. I think what we've learned is that SpongeBob could be gay, he could be asexual, he could be whatever we want him to be. So let's just leave it at that. Hey,
I think, honestly, Nickelodeon did it during Pride Month for money.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, I mean, it's good. It's good that they are supporting, what I view to be human rights, gay rights or human rights. But I think representing like SpongeBob or putting SpongeBob in that conversation is just gonna kind of add a fuel to the fire that doesn't need to be there. So,
it's ridiculous.
I know.
But anyways.
Yeah, but what also is ridiculous is the boxer Mike Tyson. Are you familiar with Mike Tyson, Mary?
A little.
Yeah. So a YouTuber had to spend 24 hours following Mike Tyson's diet and workout regimen. And get this, Mary. It includes jogging 4 miles in the morning, sucking down 3,000 to 4,000 calories, and 6 bananas back to back.
Why bananas?
The potassium. I guess potassium helps toward a better body. But 6 bananas back to back. Can you imagine eating 6 bananas back to back every day and resisting the urge to go to the bathroom? I mean, I feel like I'd be on the toilet for half my workout time.
I mean, I like bananas.
I love them too, but not 6 of them.
Yeah, I'm not sure I could do 6. I mean, maybe like 3. Maybe.
I mean, Mary, that's a little bit much. I mean, even 1 gets Daddy Francois' tummy kind of rumbling. How do you do 3 at the same time?
I like bananas. I think they're yummy.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, you know what? Your bowel movements are your bowel movements. That's what I'll say.
They don't really affect me that way. I think that's just you being weird, but whatever.
Well, Mike Tyson is black. How about this for a transition, Mary? Speaking of black people, hey, ABC has finally cast a black Bachelor. Oh, my God.
How is this just recent?
I know.
How has this not happened before?
Oh, my God. You and I, Mary, are basically twins. I said the same thing. The Bachelor has been on for 18 years, and
you're telling me not one black person has auditioned, or they have, and they've just purposely chosen all white people? Or have there been Asians? I don't even watch The Bachelor.
Oh, I would. I would. I mean, honestly, I've said before that The Bachelor seems like that trashy reality show that I could watch with family and friends, just to make fun of how bad it is. The Black Bachelor, when they literally released the story, I thought, wait, what? There was never a Black Bachelor? I mean, we're kind of overdue on that.
Wow.
And I'm guessing, especially with all the stuff coming out with racism, police brutality, that ABC thought it was a relevant choice to make. Yeah. So look forward to that. As if black people aren't embarrassed enough in the media, now we have to be embarrassed through a terrible reality show where one guy has to, select one woman out of 27 as if they're like freaking options at Walmart.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. Well, you know what? Speaking of all things The Bachelor and Bachelorette, I read the story, Mary. Apparently, former Bachelorette Hannah Brown saved a man from drowning over the weekend. She was white.
Kudos to her.
Right? Exactly. She's actually doing something worthy of her life. She was white. Right, yeah, no. She was white water rafting, and she helped rescue a man who got pulled by the current after his raft had flipped. So I guess Hannah is missing the publicity from The Bachelorette and decided, hey, there's a dying man. Let me save him and get some publicity.
Yeah, she only did it for the publicity.
You know what? That's how cynical I tend to be with these kind of stories.
If there was no one around and she was the only person and that there was that person drowning, she'd be like,
whatever. I mean, you can go do your thing and drown, and then I'll see if I can go on another season of The Bachelorette. So,
Gross.
Well, you know what, Hannah? God bless you for saving that man. And if there's anything that I don't want to happen to Hannah Brown, Mary, is that I don't want her to have coronavirus. But you know what? Not the same could be said from the Dallas Cowboys and Houston Texans players. Again, I'm the king of transitions here.
You're doing great.
Thank you. According to ESPN, a small number of Dallas Cowboys and Houston Texans players have tested positive for the coronavirus, including Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott. His agent says he's fine. So we are hoping for the best, especially since we're talking about whether sports can come back in a proper way. I mean, Mary, I know there's been a conversation about a second wave of coronavirus happening in the fall, and that's when football happens. So, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, do you think our chances are great of football players not contracting corona?
I think the chances are great that football players will contract the corona.
Mary, why do you have to be so negative? You're supposed to be like...
I'm so realistic, John.
Oh, God. Man, that's like a knife through the heart of every football fan that's listening right now.
Yeah, well, Tom Brady's going to die.
Oh, wow. Our New England Patriots star who just moved to Tampa Bay to be with the Buccaneers, his first season in, and he's gonna die. Are you kidding me?
I mean, he's in Florida. Florida had a lot of cases.
That's true, and a lot of crazy people as well. So I think the mixture of corona and crazy people it's gonna kill Tom Brady. So
I mean, probably.
Tom Brady, R.I.P.
I don't want anyone to die.
Me neither.
We're being realistic.
Oh yeah, of course. If we're being realistic, Tom Brady will have his funeral by say December. That's the realistic thing that we're saying here.
Goodness.
Oh my God! All right, we are people that should not even have a radio show because we're just basically saying the greatest football player in the world should or may die.
I feel like one of these days we'll get arrested and or sued.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If we get arrested, you know what the theme song I want playing when we are in jail?
What theme song?
Celebrity Gossip, which we just wrapped up. Yeah. Oh, God. Well, you know what? If you have some celebrity gossip crap, whether it be Tom Brady's about to die, Ezekiel Elliott's about to die, Hannah Brown's about to die, the first black Bachelor is about to die, no surprise. I mean, my God, black people always have to die. Ugh.
They literally, in every single horror movie.
Yeah.
And there's always just one, too, and they're always like the first or second to die.
Yeah. Facebook.com/TheAnything Show. Let us know your negative celebrity death stories, and we will include it in our celebrity gossip because you know what? People need something to cheer them up, and there's nothing that'll cheer them up like Tom Brady and company dying. What the hell has this segment turned into? Seriously, Mary.
This is what you get for recording this at 9 minutes. Almost 10 o'clock.
Oh, God. Yeah. It's almost 10 o'clock at night, Thursday, June 18th, as we're recording this. All right. Well, Mary, it's time to have some music and conversation from singer and songwriter Stephen Wesley. I spoke with Stephen Wesley about his progressive burgeoning career, transitioning from country to pop, coming out of prison and becoming a great musician, collaborations with T-Pain and Guns N' Roses, that guy from Smash Mouth. I mean, it's great. So please, listen to Stephen Wesley right now, my conversation with him. And in the meantime, my co-host, Main Squeeze, Mary. Thank you so much, Mary, for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
On the
It is the Anything Show. I'm John Francois from the studios in Burlington, Vermont, and I'm on the line with Stephen Wesley, singer and songwriter. You just heard his newest single, Break the Light. Hey, Stephen.
Hey, John. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. So I hear you're based out there in Arizona where it's, 200 degrees?
It feels like it. Yeah, I'm actually out of Vegas, but I've been out in Parker, Arizona, where it's, about 110, 112, and it feels like 200.
I have no idea how you're still standing. Like I mentioned to you off the air, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I've experienced a temperature above, let's say, 90, because I'm based in Vermont. So, cold temperatures are as regular as just drinking water for us.
Yeah, I spent the last about 7 or 8 years living in Laguna Beach on the beach, and even when it got into the 90s, you just had the ocean breeze there, and it never really felt that hot. But being in Arizona, it feels that hot. It's like you're burning every step that you take outside.
Oh, I bet. Well, I'm really curious to hear the story behind this new single of yours, Break the Light. Can you tell us?
Yeah. So, you know what? I wrote the music to it about almost 2 years ago, and I just kept recording it and rewriting it and rewriting it and rewriting it lyrically and melodically, and I just wasn't happy with it. And I felt like I was going to be taking a break from country music, and I kind of wanted to get back to doing pop music, like my first record that I did, Cowgirl, and I wanted to kind of, I wanted to revisit that and take a break from the. I just feel like there was a lot of pressure in country, and it was really time to kind of move into something that made me happy as I'm getting older. And so, I was listening to a lot of my, favorite influences growing up, from anyone from Peter Gabriel to like The Who and Tears for Fears and a lot of those guys. And then, I've been saying for years that this kind of 80s sound is going to be coming back for about 5 years now. And then I was listening to the radio, and boom, The Weeknd's new tune came on. Blinding Lights, and I was like, there it is. It happened, and I didn't want to miss the bus because I'd been saying this for a while. And so I went out to Nashville. I hung out with a buddy of mine who wrote one of Kid Rock's tunes, and I got back and I was inspired, and I wrote the thing in about 20 minutes after trying to write it 4 or 5 different other times. And this time it just worked out, and I sat down with my girlfriend and I sang it to her, and she was like, whoa, that's the one, man. And so I'm really, really happy about it. I'm really proud of it.
That's awesome. Now, you mentioned feeling more pressure with country, which is why you transitioned to pop. What do you mean by that? Like, what kind of pressure were you feeling with country music?
It's odd. Country music, as I do a lot of collaborations, and a lot of them. I've never been an artist on a major record label, although I was on a record label. And I like to work with people that I am inspired by and that have inspired me, musically, whatever genre they're in. And a lot of times you got hip-hop guys and R&B guys, and they're my favorites because they really just love the art. And I didn't feel like country music was ready for some of those collaborations and some of the things that other people that I was looking at working with, as well as the ones that I did. And so I just felt like it was kind of, it wasn't allowing me to be myself, or I was allowed to be myself, but I wasn't getting to the audience that I wanted to, and why I wanted to. I wanted to make some country music, but I wanted to make it in a way that people that were not listening to country music would be interested in it, and kind of bring them over. And it was just a very, very, it was very.
Is that your dog?
No, that's my son. He's playing this game on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Gosh, man, I cannot. It's crazy. I can't get him to chill out when he plays this amazing frog game. He's only 4.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it's kind of more frustrating and sad. I felt like I felt like if I went back to doing pop music and there was no pressure, like when I did Cowgirl and I did it, I just wanted to do it my way, then there were no expectations, and there was nobody kind of holding me back, and I felt like, country radio is really tough, and especially because of the collaborations and the kind of music that I was trying to make. And so, I've moved back into this, and it just feels so good.
Wow. And speaking of cowgirl, so this is, you would describe this as more of a pop sound than a country sound? Do I have that correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, and this is featuring Slash of Guns N' Roses. Can you tell us the story behind that? Because, you're collaborating with a guy who's a part of a very legendary band.
Sure. Yeah, well, one of the greatest guitarists of all time. I was lucky enough to, when I was recording my first album, we were recording it at Matt Sorum's house, and he was the drummer for Guns N' Roses and Velvet Revolver. And at the time, they had just given Scott Weiland the boot, and they were trying out auditioning new singers. And so they were using the studio in the morning, and we were using the studio in the afternoon. And we went, and we cut the song, and, we kind of would run into them, back and forth. But, after the song was done, I reached out to my producer who was producing their demos, the Velvet Revolver demos with the new, or while they were auditioning singers. And he said, I said, hey, do you think Slash would want to be on this song? I called him, and he laughed, and he thought, and oh, you're serious? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, well, I guess it doesn't hurt to ask. And so I was going to a movie. I'll never forget it. I was going into a movie, and he said, I'll send him an email. And so he sent him an email, and Slash replied back immediately, and he said, I'm really busy. I don't have a lot of time, but send me the song and I'll check it out. And I was like, okay, well. And so he said, well, so that was, you did what we could do. And I was like, all right. So I walked into the movie theater, and the movie started. A couple minutes later, I got a text, and he said, dude, call me. And so I walked out, and I called him, and he said, yes, he loves it, and he'll do the song. And so, it kind of went from there. And oddly enough, that song, we did it in 2009, and it took me 5 years to get that song on the radio.
Wow.
And that's like 5 years, John, and I'm not talking about 5 years of intermittent working on it. I can tell anybody anywhere, I tried every single day for 5 years, every single day, to get that song listened to, played, somebody to pay attention to it. I tried for 5 years.
Oh my God.
Every single day. And finally, in 2013, I was able to get it on the radio. I was able to get it charted on Billboard. And then Sirius, Kid Kelly picked it up on Sirius XM, and I ended up getting a record deal after that.
Oh my God! Well, let's listen to this wonderful effort that you made here. "Cowgirl" featuring Slash of Guns N' Roses from singer Stephen Wesley, right here on the Anything Show.
You wanna play a game? Well, here's how it goes. Now you can be a little crazy as long as you know that I'm a real man, baby, and I need it rough. You do it like this, I can't get enough. You don't need a hat to play this game, but you can leave your boots on. It's all the same. Dreams are required and they won't be missed. You can be a bad girl, I promise you this. If you wanna be a cowgirl, get on top. Give me love, baby, don't ever stop. You can ride all night in the rodeo, and if you make it to the morning, baby, don't you know you're a cowgirl? You're a cowgirl, baby. Grab on, hold tight, you can use your nails. I got a set of handcuffs and it never fails. It's gonna get a little harder when I'm almost there. Pardon me, girl, when I pull your hair. You wanna talk real dirty while you're moving with me. You're doing so good, I can already see you're a cowgirl. Get on top, give me love, baby, don't ever stop. You can ride all night in the rodeo, and if you make it to the morning, baby, don't you know you're a cowgirl? Get on top, give me love, baby, don't ever stop. You can ride all night in the rodeo, and if you make it to the morning, baby, don't you know you're a cowgirl? You're a cowgirl, baby. You're a cowgirl. I'll be tossing you up, I'll be licking you down. You're in a hurry, don't worry, pull them to the side. Move like I like it, taking me for a ride. Baby girl, being naughty, it's a beautiful thing. I'm gonna smack that ass and make you sing. If you wanna be a cowgirl, get on top. Give me love, baby, don't ever stop. You can ride all night in the rodeo, and if you make it to the morning, baby, don't you know you're a cowgirl? Get on top. Give me love, baby, don't ever stop. You can ride all night in the rodeo, and if you make it to the morning, baby, don't you know you're a cowgirl? Get on top. Give me love, baby, don't ever stop. You can ride all night in the rodeo, and if you make it to the morning, baby, don't you know you're a cowgirl? Get on top. Give me love, baby, don't ever stop. You can ride all night in the rodeo, and if you make it to the morning, baby, don't you know you're a cowgirl? You're a cowgirl, baby. You're a cowgirl. You're a cowgirl, baby. You're a cowgirl. Get on top. You're a cowgirl, baby. You're a cowgirl. Get on top. You're a cowgirl, baby. You're a cowgirl.
It's the song Cowgirl with singer Stephen Wesley, who's on the line with me from Arizona, featuring Slash of Guns N' Roses. It's the Anything Show. I'm John Francois here at the studios in Burlington, Vermont. And Stephen was just telling us how it took him 5 years to get that song on the radio. And finally, when he did, Stephen, I think the song just blew up, right?
It did. It was pretty awesome. It was right before, Spotify kind of took over, so people were at the very last breath of still buying digital downloads of music, and I hadn't signed a record deal, so it was pretty good to me at the time.
Wow.
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Much needed.
Awesome. Hey, let's backtrack. I want you to tell us how you discovered your love for music, because I think it's maybe the most unique story I've heard in the music business.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I grew up with music and my family and everything else, and when I was 18, I ended up going to prison, and I went to prison actually for something that I didn't do. And after I had been in for a little while, I was able to start checking out a guitar, I guess is the best way to say it. When the gym was open, you could go in and you could check out a guitar for however long the gym was open, a few hours at a time. And so I started learning the guitar, kind of teaching myself, and some people would, show me some chords and things like that. And so I kept playing, and I worked at it, and I worked very hard at it. And one day I was sitting in the yard, and I guess let me backtrack one step here. The prison that I ended up at the end there was about 11 miles away from my hometown. And so it was a minimum security facility, and they said, look, you're 11 miles from home, where there's work crews and there's things that you could do to get outside of the prison, but you're not going to be able to do that because you're 11 miles from home, and we don't know if, you're going to try and do anything. And so one day I'm playing in the yard, and I'm singing, and I'm playing the guitar, and the chaplain walks by, and he goes, man, you could sing. Would you be in the church choir? And I was like, sure. And he goes, well, if you do, we go out into town and we sing at these other places, and we sing at churches, and we go all over the place, all over this western part of Colorado. And I said, well, they told me they're not going to let me out. And he said, if you will sing in the choir, I will get you a pass.
Wow.
And I said, okay, well, are you sure? And he said, yes, absolutely.
Huh.
And so
and he did give you a pass?
He got, like, a couple days later, I was walking by, and oddly enough, it's not like you see in the movies, man. You don't ever see the warden of a prison. You never see him.
Yeah.
They don't talk to you. It's not like, Shawshank Redemption and stuff. But, I was walking to dinner, and the warden was actually standing outside, and he called me over, and he said, if I give you a gate pass, are you going to do anything stupid? And I said, no. So he gave me a gate pass, and we went out a couple of weeks later, and he had me front the choir, and a couple of weeks later we went out, and some church had burnt down, and so we were singing for this church, and it was a couple hundred people. And amazingly, afterward, we're able to stand shoulder to shoulder, all of the inmates in our prison greens, and these guys, the patrons can come through and tell us, good luck and good job and stay out of trouble and all of that stuff. And I had this big line in front of me, and this little girl said, "You're going to be famous. Can I have your autograph?"
Wow.
And I was looked around like it, and my friends were like, "Oh no, give her your autograph." And so the next guy is this older gentleman, and he says, "Well, I don't know much about music, but if she thinks you're going to be famous, I should probably get your autograph too." And in that day, in my prison greens, I probably gave out 70 autographs. And I knew that I could change people's lives and change perception and make myself happy and make others happy. And I decided that was going to be my goal when I got out, and I never quit until I got there.
Yeah. So how long did it take for you to get that first big break from the time you got out of prison to the time of the big break?
2003 until 2013. It took me 11 years to get my record deal. Yeah. 11 years, and I was 25 years old when I got out. I was 35 or 36 when I finally got a record deal at 36 years old, and that was just not giving up and not quitting. And again, those 5 years of pushing that song, and so it took me 11 years to see that come to fruition.
Yeah, obviously that's a great example of an inspirational American story, starting from, pretty much nothing, and then with just, persistence and confidence and enough passion, you all of a sudden are working with people like Slash of Guns N' Roses, Steve Harwell of Smash Mouth, you're working with a Grammy Award-winning rapper T-Pain. Tell us the story behind that. How did you get to work with T-Pain on the song Rock and Roll?
So T-Pain, that one's the funniest story. It's great. I have a friend who I actually was out hanging out with Bubba Sparks in L.A. one night. He was performing at some strip club after hours, and we were in the back talking, and this guy comes in, and Mr. Marcus, an adult film star, and he comes in and starts talking to me, and actually we became really good friends. He was just a very nice, kind, funny person, just amazing guy, and we became friends. And like, I don't know, about a year later, he goes, "Hey, what would be good is if you met my friend T-Pain and you guys did something together." And I was like, "It's taken you a year to tell me that you were friends with T-Pain? Come
just
on
casually,
now."
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he said, "Yeah, man, let's go see him and let's see what's up." And so we went, and he was recording a video with another guy in the Hollywood Hills, and we went to the studio and we talked, and we met a couple of times, and we became friends, and I didn't ask him to do anything, but we became friends. And I had been working on that song Rock and Roll. I recorded it 4 different ways, and finally I had recorded it on the 4th time I got it right, and I was so excited about it. And I sent him a text, and I said, "Hey man, I've got this song, and it's country, but I think that you'll like it, and it's my best work, and I just want to see if you want to, jump on there." And he said, "Send it over," and I sent it over to him, and 5-10 minutes later, he got back to me and he goes, "This is dope, let's do it."
Yes.
And that was it. I was just like, that's probably one of the better days of my life, man.
Oh, my God. Yeah, we got to wrap up with that song. T-Pain on the track with Stephen Wesley, who is our guest right now on The Anything Show, singer-songwriter Stephen Wesley. Hey, before we get to rock and roll, how can we find you on, social? How can we keep in touch with your music, Stephen?
Sure. You could go to, on Instagram and Twitter. I think they're all I'm Stephen Wesley, and that's Stephen with a PH. And then you can find Stephen Wesley Music on Facebook or Spotify or, Apple Music. Any way that you get music digitally, it's all out there. Just Stephen Wesley Music. It's all there.
All right, awesome. Let's play Stephen Wesley's Rock and Roll featuring T-Pain. Hey, Stephen, thanks so much for being a guest on The Anything Show. I appreciate it.
John, I'm grateful for you having me, man. Thank you so much, brother.
I'm under your spell. Is you thinking about love? Is you thinking about love? Lost like a record, flip it over, we can play it again. Hey girl, do you wanna rock and roll tonight? 'Cause that old school rhythm is running through my soul and I can't fight when you do what you do to me. Hey girl, do you wanna rock and roll tonight? 'Cause that old school rhythm is running through my soul and I can't fight when your music is through to me. Our bodies dancing on to the song we write. Let's get down and rock and roll tonight. Yeah, rock and roll. Yeah, I see your face and I think about love. Oh, can you feel that space? 'Cause I need a lot of love. Yeah, so rolling up on this train. Let me take you to a place where I can change everything. You'll never be the same. Hey girl, do you wanna rock and roll tonight? 'Cause that old school rhythm is running through my soul and I can't fight when you do what you do to me. Hey girl, do you wanna rock and roll tonight? 'Cause that old school rhythm is running through my soul and I can't fight when your music is through to me. Our shadows dance along in the candlelight. Let's get down and rock and roll tonight. Your body's calling like a melody falling from my lips to your hips, and I love the song you sing as I play every string in your heart like guitar making music. So while you're shaking like a leaf in the wind, just like a record, flip it over, we can play it again. Hey girl, do you wanna rock and roll tonight? 'Cause that old school rhythm is running through my soul and I can't fight when you do what you do to me. Hey girl, do you wanna rock and roll tonight? 'Cause that old school rhythm is running through my soul and I can't fight when your music is through to me. We can write our own song, we just might get down and rock and roll tonight. Hey girl, do you wanna rock and roll tonight? Get down and rock and roll tonight. Hey girl, do you wanna rock and roll tonight? Get down and rock and roll tonight. Hey girl, do you wanna rock and roll tonight?
Like and follow The Anything Show with John Francois on Facebook.com/The Anything Show. Listen on demand on SoundCloud, Spotify, Google, or wherever you get your podcasts.